is News 3 Now at 10.
Thanks for joining us tonight. Joe Biden is officially the Democratic nominee for president.
He accepted the nomination just moments ago, the final night of the Democratic National Convention. Amy Reed joins us now with the highlights of the evening. Amy?
On Biden's third attempt at the White House, he's officially the nominee. Much like his wife earlier in the week, he offered hope during his speech.
And make no mistake, united we can and will overcome this season of darkness in America. We'll choose hope over fear, facts over fiction, fairness over privilege. I'm a proud Democrat, and I'll be proud to carry the banner of our party into the general election. So it's a great honor.
We spent a good portion of the night getting to know Biden more before he accepted the nomination. There was a brief biography starting with his struggles with a stutter as a kid in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and ending with his time in public service. And of course, Democrats and some other atypical convention speakers throughout the night signed off on Biden's character. We also heard from our Senator Tammy Baldwin, who shared her struggle with health insurance coverage as a girl and how that shaped her time in office.
You see, there's another part of my story, the part where I ran for office, the part where I served in Congress, the part where I worked with Joe Biden and Barack Obama to make sure kids and grandkids, if they're dependents, can stay on their parents' health insurance until they're 26. We got that done. And yes, it was a big effing deal.
So here are the three things you need to know about the night. One, soul of the nation. This is the phrase we kept returning to throughout the convention. Democrats are teeing up this election to be about the future morality of the country. Two, country over party. Democrats brought in Republicans throughout the weekend. Tonight we saw a former Surgeon General and a presidential historian weighing in, throwing their support behind Biden. Three, a night of memorials. Tonight we remembered someone close to Biden, his son Beau, who died in 2015 and was also in the military and public service. We also remembered someone close to the party, John Lewis, who died last month, leaving behind a big legacy in civil rights and public service. This was the last night of the DNC, and Monday is the start of the Republican National Convention. Next week, we'll bring you the highlights each night and see how Republicans answer in their backing of President Trump.
Amy, thank you. Breaking news tonight. The Beloit Police Chief Dave Zabulski has been recommended to be the next chief of the Fargo, North Dakota Police Department. According to the Fargo Forum newspaper, Zabulski interviewed for that position in person before a 15-member panel of residents. Of the three finalists, Zabulski is the preferred candidate. He's been the Beloit Police Chief since 2015, and before that was with the Milwaukee Police Department for 27 years, reaching the rank of captain.
A third person has been arrested in the death of 11-year-old Anisa Scott. Police say 17-year-old Jerry Ward was arrested yesterday related to looting on State Street back in May. He had a loaded gun on him at the time. Officials say Ward will be charged with first-degree intentional homicide and attempted first-degree homicide as party to a crime. Two other teens, 19-year-old Perrion Carrion and 16-year-old Andre Brown, were charged with first-degree intentional homicide. Tonight, we're seeing video of a memorial for Anisa Scott. This is on East Washington and Lexington Avenues, the area where the shooting took place last week Tuesday. Handwritten messages, candles, balloons, stuffed animals, and a red monster truck. Saturday morning, there will be a celebration of her life. There will be a unity march from the Capitol to Breeze Stevens Field. The family will arrive at 10:45, escorted by local police and a local motorcycle club. Anisa's casket will be carried in a monster truck, something she loved.
Milwaukee police are asking for the public's help to identify a suspect who pointed a gun at a county transit system bus driver. This happened Tuesday morning, West Capitol Drive at West Atkinson Avenue. The video shows the suspect was standing outside the bus doors putting on a mask. When he is let in, he takes the gun out of his backpack and points it at the driver before walking off. Milwaukee's former police chief, Alfonso Morales, has filed a notice of claim and injury against the city's Fire and Police Commission today. This comes after the commission demoted him to captain, something he's been asking to be reviewed in that claim. The notice also seeks $625,000 in damage for breach of contract, denial of due process, and loss of reputation in the community. Today's filing the first step towards a lawsuit. One person was killed after a plane crash. This was at Chicago Rockford International Airport this afternoon. According to a local coroner's office. A King Air twin prop 2-engine plane ran off the runway and caught fire. This was about 3:45 this afternoon. It's believed the plane was taxiing on the runway in Rockford, some 80 miles south of Madison. The FAA and National Transportation Safety Board are now taking over that investigation.
And let's get a look at our first warn forecast now. Here's meteorologist Chris Reese.
It was a beautiful day throughout south central Wisconsin. Temperatures were oddly enough above average, but nothing unheard of for this time of the year. We saw those highs top out right at 82 here in Madison. We have since been able to cool down heading into tonight. Temperatures are at 73 right now. Already 60s are beginning to show up for us. Lone Rock is at 64. Janesville is at 68. The Dells are also coming into the 60s. Winds are out of the south at 7 miles per hour right now. That'll help us stay a little bit milder overnight tonight. Temperatures are only going to drop to about 60 degrees. Dew points are into the low 60s, though. As we keep this southerly wind around, we'll see those dew points begin to creep on up. Overnight lows go down to about 60 degrees overnight tonight. Then we're looking ahead to see if we have any rain chances coming our way, especially as drought conditions continue to take over. We'll compare this to August of 2 years ago as well.
Today is the 2-year anniversary of the severe storm that dropped 15 inches of rain on Dane County, causing flooding like many have never seen. Since then, city and county officials have made flood mitigation a priority. Madeline O'Neill is live on Madison's west side, which took the brunt of the initial damage. Maddie?
Well, we're right off Odana Road, identified by city engineers as one of the biggest problem areas since that flooding 2 years ago really impacted us here. City engineers are currently trying to identify potential long-term solutions, including possibly restructuring retention ponds like the one behind me here. But in the meantime, other efforts are already underway. Many of us remember where we were
here
for the downpour on August 20th, 2018.
The water was above this.
John Paulus ended up trapped inside his tennis center on the west side until 2 a.m. with damage that remained long after.
For 72 hours after this happened, we weren't sure that we'd still be here.
But they are, thanks in part to a generous membership, renovating, so they're now in better shape than ever.
Was doing it in a manner, if the water ever comes back, all we have to do is move it out, sanitize the floors, the walls. It's prepped in case that ever happens again.
And the climate change is making it worse. So we might have thought we were prepared before, but now we're realizing that as things change, we have to change along with it.
Principal engineer Janet Schmidt says the city of Madison is currently working on 10 watershed studies to find problems in the system and plan larger projects for the future, which could mean costly infrastructure changes.
Our previous budget before the floods hit us was about $6 million. After the floods hit us, this next year's budget, we're proposing a $21 million budget.
Dane County has already spent about $30 million on flood readiness efforts in the past 2 years, according to the executive's office.
We can control what we can control, and we have to react to what we can't.
That includes purchasing properties to maintain wetlands and prairies that absorb water and dredging channels between lakes so they don't get clogged. The county is also looking at emergency response, purchasing sandbagging machines and extra airboats. When flooding concerns linger.
Every time it rains.
Are we ready if we see another huge storm event like we did 2 years ago?
We're more ready, I would say.
So we're in a much better place than we were. In a couple of years, when our dredging projects are completed, we'll be in an even better place.
The City of Madison Engineering Department says they should have more to share about those watershed studies in the next couple months. Now, since that flooding 2 years ago, they say they've really made public input and information a priority, dedicating a website to that. We do have a link to that on our website.
New tonight, the Middleton coffee shop that posted a mask-free zone sign has lost its lease and will close at the end of the month. According to an Instagram post tonight, Hellbox Coffee says its final day of business at its Middleton location will be August 31st due to what the post calls the enforcement action, negative public statements, and continued vindictive and hostile behavior. There was a noticeable increase in new coronavirus cases today across Wisconsin, more than 850 of them, including 6 more deaths. The positivity rate in the past day is at 7.5%. The 7-day average sits at 8%.
Public Health Madison and Dane County say new daily coronavirus cases have decreased by nearly 50% since the county's mask order was issued. The organization's director says on July 13th, the day the order was issued, our average number of cases per day was 98. As of today, it is 47. The new numbers come as the organization announces plans to open a new coronavirus testing site on Madison's south side. It'll be at Village on Park on South Park Street. Testing will be free for anyone 5 and older. The new site will be open Mondays and Fridays from 8 to 4 and Wednesdays noon to 8. Anyone who'd like a test is asked to call ahead at the number at the bottom of your screen. It's 608-243-0302. While many county fairs across the state have canceled this year, the Brown County Fair in Green Bay area is still happening this week and through the weekend. Organizers say the theme for this year's fair is to be responsible for yourself and be courteous to others. The fairgrounds will have more than 50 hand sanitizing stations, and they say cleaning will be a top priority.
Rapper Kanye West will not be a candidate for president on Wisconsin's ballot. This evening, the Wisconsin Elections Commission voted 5-1 that since his nomination papers were not submitted by the 5 p.m. deadline earlier this month, West should not be listed on the ballot. The city of Madison will be installing 14 secure ballot drop boxes. The city will be using more than $50,000 in grant money to pay for them. Voters can submit their ballot without having to interact with other people amid the pandemic. They can avoid sending ballots through the mail and worrying if they'll arrive in time to be counted. The 14 locations are still being determined, but they should be installed by October.
Governor Tony Evers requesting $150,000 in federal grant money to pay for a new statue on the Capitol grounds. 2/3 of that money would go towards putting up a statue of Vel Phillips, the state's first black Secretary of State. The remaining $50,000 would be used to restore the statue of Civil War hero and abolitionist Colonel Hans Christian Haig and the Forward statue, which were torn down by protesters in June. Still to come tonight, your updated forecast as we inch closer to the weekend. But first, a young girl in Madison could soon have her art seen by millions. We'll have her story next on News 3 Now at 10.
The Ford Summer Sales Event is here with great offers on a huge selection, like 0% APR financing for 72 months across the Ford lineup. And get peace of mind with the Ford Promise. It's summer, so grab the family and head out. It's easier now during the Ford Summer Sales Event. Right now, get 0% APR financing for 72 months, plus the peace of mind of the Ford Promise. See your local Ford dealer today.
Great decision on your new windows. Buy one, get one won't last long.
Have you always been so passionate about windows?
Felco's buy one, get one free windows is totally rad. Felco's energy efficient windows are a must in every home. So hurry, call now.
You could say that.
Buy one window, get one free, and get no interest for 1 year.
Buy one, get one free, and soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Felco.
Our seniors that are being hit the hardest, they're frightened. And I want them to know that their health and safety will be my responsibility if I'm your president. And I'll have from day one, ready to go, the best medical experts and scientists to advise on our response. And I will not abandon you. It's a simple proposition, folks. We're all in this together. We got to fight this together. We'll emerge from this stronger because we did it together. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Dreaming of custom furniture, but you think high prices, sales pressure, and waiting for months and months? Come to Slumberland and design your way. Quick and easy, with no extra cost. First, pick your piece. Lots of styles, clearly marked. Next, pick your fabric. There's no extra charge here. Then, get it quick. Our orders are made fast. Plus, all custom furniture is on sale. Design your way, only at Slumberland Furniture.
I want a client who comes in to feel comfortable and to know that their case is in good hands so they can relax and get on with their life as best as they can and let me do the fighting for them. That's how I want them to feel.
Gingras, Thompson, and Walks. Accurate news as it happens, right here where you live. Information that you can use from the team you can trust. For more local stories that impact your life, News 3 Now. Many students depend on meals provided by schools, and Madison offers free meal sites. So why are only a small fraction of families taking advantage of the service? And how could it impact virtual learning? On the next News 3 Now this morning. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. Wisconsin's unemployment rate dropped from 8.6% in June to 7% in July, far below the national rate of more than 10%. The State Department of Workforce Development reported today that Wisconsin added 25,000 private sector jobs in July.
Former White House advisor Steve Bannon has pleaded not guilty to charges of wire fraud and money laundering after he and 3 others were indicted for allegedly defrauding donors in a $25 million fundraising campaign to build a wall along the southern border. All 4 men were arrested this morning. Bannon taken into custody by agents from the U.S. Postal Service off the coast of Connecticut on a 152-foot yacht registered to an exiled Chinese billionaire. He was released on $5 million bond this afternoon and must forfeit his passport. A middle schooler in Madison could soon have her art seen by millions.
Leah Mohideen shares how a young artist's design is getting the attention of the world's most popular search engine.
She's drawing and doing art constantly, and no one's telling her to do it, and she keeps getting better and better.
When mom Sabrina Carl realized how talented her daughter was, she suggested she enter an art competition.
You know, I didn't have to talk her into it. She thought it sounded cool and fun and, you know, low risk. Anybody can enter.
Low risk, but in Ocean's case, it also turns out high reward.
My mom read the email and she told us, and it was really exciting, but kind of felt unreal. I don't know, I just really didn't expect to win. I just kind of mainly did it for fun.
Beating out thousands, the young artist earned her place as the Wisconsin winner in the Doodle for Google art competition.
The prompt is I show kindness by.
For Ocean, that means her love of animals.
I have a pet snake and we have cats and stuff.
The 13-year-old, a practicing vegetarian, takes her love pretty seriously.
She never wavers. I told her you could eat meat a couple times a year just for a special meal. She's like, nope, I'm sticking to it.
Kind of just always seemed kind of weird to me that we would eat them.
Given her commitment, it made sense that Ocean's design would help bring attention to this cause.
I focused on drawing the 3 most commonly used for me animals in this country, and I tried to bring a more happy and positive outlook on their relationship with humans.
In Madison, Dane Mohideen, News 3 Now.
Should Ocean take first place at Nationals, she will be awarded a college scholarship, and her art will be featured on Google's homepage. If you want to help bring Ocean one step closer to finals, you can vote for her design through tomorrow night at doodleforgoogle.com.
Forecasters keeping an eye on 2 tropical systems that may both impact the Gulf Coast in the coming days. The first tropical depression, 13. That's about 800 miles east of the northern Leeward Islands. The second system, tropical depression, 14. It's about 200 miles to the east of Honduras. This storm is expected to become better organized, meaning an upgrade to tropical storm is likely to occur in the next 24 hours. To meteorologist Chris Reese now as we look at our forecast. We've been in a dry spell and it's going to warm up, but Chris is keeping an eye on the oceans.
That's indeed the case. You just mentioned those 2 tropical depressions and their potential impact on us right here in south central Wisconsin. Then there's another possible area of development that we are watching. The reality is the tropics are active altogether, but it's those 2 systems that are likely going to be into the Gulf of Mexico by the time we get you towards early next week. Anyone in Florida and anyone along the southeast coast of Texas into Louisiana need to be on guard for this. Mom, I know you like to watch down in Houston. That means you too. I'll call you later to talk about it. One of the ways that those will have an impact on us right here in south central Wisconsin is just what our weather's going to be as we begin to look ahead. For one, this big dome of heat has been back towards the south and west for weeks. I mean, Arizona has set a lot of record high temperatures. We've been cooler because these storm systems that come off of the Gulf of Alaska and into the north are able to cool us down. Well, watch what begins to happen as we move into early next week. As these two systems begin to work their way closer to the United States, they actually push this ridge of heat back towards the north a little bit. So that storm system that would have cooled us down now has to go up and around this big ridge of heat. And as it gets sandwiched between the two storm systems, it then flexes a little bit of muscle, sending more heat towards Wisconsin. So that's not good when it comes to the drought. It is good if you like your warmer temperatures, because that's something that's certainly in the forecast. But we're abnormally dry officially throughout western Wisconsin, and already a moderate drought is starting to show up right as you begin to border that Minnesota state line. We're still normal here in the Madison area, but we're seeing more and more of this drought begin to show up across parts of the upper Midwest. It's ironic to say that, given that 2 years ago today was the day that we saw the historic rainfall and flooding throughout parts of Dane County. That August, by the way, by the time we got you to August 20th of 2018, we had more than 8 inches of rainfall. This year, we're at half of what we would normally see at this point of the month, and there's still no true rainfall that we have in sight. There were a couple of showers throughout the Northwoods earlier, but our air is so dry that really they evaporated before they had a chance to get here. Now I'm going to be watching this system closely as it comes ashore. This will lead to our next chance for rain as we go through time, eventually giving a little kickstart to a cold front coming in out of the north that'll have just a little bit of moisture to work with Saturday night into Sunday that we may see a little rain chance out of that one. Otherwise, look for mostly clear skies tonight. We're cooling down to 60. Tomorrow, warming up towards 85. Then as we move into your Saturday, you're going to see those temperatures warm up a couple more degrees. We're talking highs closer to 87. That's coupled with a strong southwesterly wind. Eventually, late Saturday night into Sunday, we'll see our best chance to see a shower or thunderstorm, but it's just not much. We're talking a couple tenths of an inch of rain.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's not much at all, but better chances could arrive by next weekend.
We can't even buy a drop at this time.
No, we cannot. I mean, I've been just dumping buckets of water on my patio plants lately, but yeah, we need something.
All right, Chris, thank you.
Just ahead in sports, the Bucks bouncing back in a big way thanks to their bench. How playoff Pat and the bench mob got it done in Game 2. Zach's got sports next.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Stock up during the Hy-Vee brand sale this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Earn a 1-cent fuel saver on every Hy-Vee product. That's right, earn a 1-cent fuel saver on hundreds of Hy-Vee products across the store. This Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, only at Hy-Vee.
The worst president in history's billion-dollar campaign is failing. Trump is behind in the polls, losing in places he should win, and barely holding on everywhere else. It's looking good, right? Wrong. This isn't over. We're fighting against Donald Trump. We know he'll lie, cheat, suppress the vote, stoke racial hate and economic chaos to win. Trump is counting on you to relax, to stop fighting, to think this election is over. It's not over until his enablers are defeated. We can't take anything for granted. Register, volunteer, get your absentee ballot, vote early, stay in this fight. Your vote and your hard work make all the difference because you know the choice we face, America or Trump. The Lincoln Project is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Gobin Cars grand opening sale, beautiful Middleton. 2017 Nissan Sentras, Hyundai Elantras for only $79.95 or $129 per month.
That's right. Buy 2017 Nissan Sentras and Hyundai Elantras for only $79.95 or $129 per month.
Gobin Cars is selling 2018 Kia Fortes for only $89.95 or $149 per month.
Hurry in today and just ask for my dad, Don the Dealman Gobin.
Or my daughter, Crystal the Pistol Gobin.
You gotta go to Gobin, GobinCars.com.
Joe Biden says,
if you elect me, your taxes are going to be raised, not cut.
That means middle-class families, small businesses, and seniors pay higher taxes. It's the biggest tax increase in history.
Citizenship for 11 million undocumented folks.
That means 11 million illegal immigrants competing for American jobs, eligible for free health care, Social Security, and Medicare. America can't afford Joe Biden.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Uneven surfaces are a major hazard to your family, friends, and employees. Don't risk another fall. Let Concrete Lifting Technologies raise up your pavement. Our minimally intrusive process uses polyurethane to level sunken concrete and provide an even surface. Plus, this process is a fraction of the cost to replacing your driveway. Concrete Lifting Technologies, Southern Wisconsin's premier concrete leveling specialists. For a free estimate, contact us today.
It's the Hy-Vee brand sale this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Earn a 1-cent fuel saver on every Hy-Vee product. Get eggs for 69 cents, bread for 79 cents, pasta sauce for 88 cents, and peanut butter for just 99 cents. This Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at Hy-Vee.
It's safe to say the Bucks were not the Bucks in Game 1 against the Magic. That performance had Giannis a little upset, and after 24 hours of stewing, let's just say, good luck, Orlando. The Magic scored 33 points in the first quarter on Tuesday. Not the case for Game 2, just 13 tonight. And when Pat Connaughton is doing things like this, it's over. That triple puts the Deer up 20. Playoff Pat finished with 15 off the bench. He also had 3 assists. This one to Giannis, who beats the buzzer. 28 points, 20 rebounds, and 5 dimes from him. Bucks even the series with a 15-point win.
The whole team was ready for this game. You know, you understand, like, you know, you don't want to be down 2-0. You know, you can still get back, but you don't want to put yourself in that position, especially early in the playoffs. As a team, we knew that for us to get a win, we got to play hard. You know, we cannot talk about it. We got to play about it.
The Brewers blasted the Twins in Game 2 of their series. Milwaukee hit 4 home runs on their way to a 9-3 win. Tonight, they were not only trying to win the series, but move their record over the 500 mark for the first time this season. And they kept with that home run theme. 7th inning, they're down a pair, and Justin Smoke with a little Oppo Taco smoke bomb to cut the lead in half. But in the bottom of the frame, the Twins would get that run back and then some. Nelson Cruz puts one in drive, and the Twins take the series with a 7-1 win. Matt LaFleur took the Packers on a little field trip for day 5 of training camp. Instead of practicing on their normal practice field, they went to Lambeau Field. Now, if you're a veteran, the move might not mean much. But for the rookies who've never stepped foot on the frozen tundra, today's a day they won't forget.
Being out there in Lambeau today was awesome. You know, to me, I mean, I was excited. I was ready to go, but I've also never played in Lambeau with, you know, a packed house. So, but for me, it was surreal being down there.
It was awesome just coming out of the tunnel and seeing it. It's a lot bigger than I thought it was. But, you know, finally getting the first practice in there, it was a crazy feeling.
Steve Stricker birdied 3 of his first 6 holes and then 3 of his final 6 holes at the Charles Schwab Series. Here's one of those chippers on 13. He's 7 under. We'll be right back.
9, the par 5 8th, which is extremely gettable.
Wild Easttown Honda has clearance savings on over 400 new Hondas. Get 0% financing for up to 60 months on your favorite new Hondas at Wild Easttown Honda in Madison. It's gotta be wild.
What happens now? Now that the rent's due, but they've cut your pay. Now that the virus has cost lives, but your health care costs too much. Now that our president has had months, but he still doesn't have a plan. What happens now? Joe Biden knows how to lead through a crisis because he's done it before. When our economy was on the verge of collapse, Joe Biden led the largest economic stimulus in a generation and saved millions of jobs. Now Joe Biden is ready to lead us through this crisis. He knows rebuilding our economy starts with fighting the virus, increasing testing, getting more protective gear for healthcare workers, and calling for mask mandates nationwide. As president, he'll get working families back on their feet by lowering healthcare costs and helping small businesses recover. So what happens now? We elect a president who will build back better.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
We asked real customers what they really love about Spectrum Internet and TV.
Spectrum Internet has the fastest speeds for everything I do.
There is no turning wheel. It's immediate.
Spectrum's the fastest. Bam.
Get the fastest download speeds with the most reliable performance with Spectrum Internet, delivering starting speeds of 200 megabits. That's more than enough for all your devices for $44.99 a month. Call 833-906-4499.
I can't get over how much on-demand Spectrum has. I can literally watch a new movie every night.
I got on my shows, and he's got all his shows.
With the Spectrum TV app, I can watch live TV anywhere. It's perfect.
Add Spectrum TV and enjoy more free HD and more free on demand. Plus, use the Spectrum TV app to watch live TV on the go. All from $44.99 a month. Call 833-906-4499.
The fact that they don't have contracts, that says a lot about their service.
Get Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each with no contracts. Install Spectrum services yourself. Get a self-installation kit shipped right to your home. Call 833-906-4499.
Love getting prices that are lower than low on food that's fresher than fresh? With the Pick and Save app, you can get personalized coupons on top of weekly sales and rewards like fuel points, all for prices that are lower than the everyday low. So go ahead, get lower than low. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Wild Easttown Honda has clearance savings on 400 new Hondas. Lease a new all-wheel drive CR-V for $269. That's $269 and absolutely zero due at signing at Wild Easttown Honda in Madison. It's gotta be wild.
This portion of News 3 Now is sponsored by the Wisconsin Lottery, reminding you to please play responsibly.
Temperatures top out at 85 tomorrow, 87 with the chance of rain on Saturday, more 90s into next week.
All right, Chris, thanks. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10.
Do something good, be well, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.
Now, a WISC-TV editorial with editorial director Neil Heinen.
The Miracle League is coming to Dane County, and we are looking forward to it. The Miracle League is a national organization that helps communities build baseball fields and programs designed specifically for children with disabilities. There are over 300 Miracle Leagues in the country, all locally managed and independently financed. Bill Schultz is the executive director of the Miracle League of Dane County. Schultz gets it. Living with physical disabilities as a child, he experienced firsthand the barriers to playing baseball, a game he loves. The Miracle League removes those barriers, enabling children with disabilities, both physical and cognitive, to play ball, feel included and accepted, and build self-confidence. Schultz is raising money to get the nonprofit up and running on a parcel of land that's been donated in Cottage Grove. He's got a good start, but could use some help. It's a great project. The website is DaneCountyMiracleLeague.org.